Hey everybody, it's George Wooden again from BW Unlimited Charity Fundraising, the North American charity fundraising leader in a one-stop shop setting. Well, that's a mouthful. Check out our website, everybody with me, at www.bw, ready? bwunlimited.com. www.bwunlimited.com. All right, behind me, I always like to try to change up the background a little bit. Just change up the background, but so that you see, you're going to see a picture because I'm going to post this picture too. This is a Joe Namath Roll Tide Alabama Crimson Tide helmet, autographed full-size helmet. Joe Namath. I know that probably the autograph is in reverse. Joe Namath, full-size autographed Alabama, University of Alabama Crimson Tide helmet. And you know what I always preach about? Authenticity, right? Not only is it authenticated by PSA DNA with the number, and the number on the back of the helmet, right? PSA DNA, one of the most authenticators in the world, which that's the only ones we use. But then on top of it, look what we got. We got a picture of Joe actually signing the helmet. Isn't that incredible? Ask the other providers if they have this level of authenticity. No, they don't. We only provide 100% authentic autographed items. There you go, right there. Joe Namath, right? Broadway Joe. So, all right. So today, here's what we're going to talk about. Something that I recently ran into. Charities. This is like fundraising 101. Charities. Do you really want to be successful? Sounds like a really dumb question, doesn't it? In fact, I was sitting here writing this blog, and I was going to write you a blog so you could read it. But then I thought, you know what? It's better if I talk to you about it. So here it is. Do charities really want to be successful? I always ask myself that. Do they really want to be successful? And the reason why I'm asking is this, is that if you really want to be successful, you've got to be able to make the changes. You've got to be able to make changes in your fundraising events. You got to make changes. You got to be willing to change. If you're not willing to change, you're not going to be successful. And you know how that goes. Relationships, businesses, everything else, right? So there are going to be, now, this is especially important when you're doing a foundation event. I call it a founding event, which means the first event. You know, if you want to be successful, you got to do some certain things to really be successful. And we talk about venue and menu and the price of the ticket and the whole blah, 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 right? However, in order to be successful, you have to tell yourself positive. We're going to make these positive changes right from the beginning. We're going to do whatever we got to do to be successful. And some things will go against the grain. Now, when you're dealing with me, or you're dealing with us from BW Unlimited Charity Fundraising, you're going to see a lot of the stuff we do does not make sense. Like, for instance, we do not do 50-50 raffles. No 50-50 raffles. We don't do that. We don't do the wheels. And if you're watching from all over the country, around here in Maryland, in the Delmarva, Delaware, Maryland area, we have these wheels. They have the money wheels. They spin like a Price is Right kind of thing, and you win money. No, we don't do those either. So we do things that kind of don't make sense, but after the event, then it makes sense. In fact, our clients normally, during the whole planning stages of these events, have no clue what we're doing in the background and why we're doing what we're doing, and why we're saying this, and why does this, why do you want a wheelbarrow instead of a cooler, whatever. You know, been proven wrong on that one though. So you got to do things that are going to make you successful. So, and if you don't know it or not, there are fundraising trends that change constantly. Things that change. They constantly change. In order to be successful, you got to make these changes. You got to stay in touch with the times. The other thing too is you can't plan your charity fundraising event as the charity. You got to plan it as an event like you want to attend and be a part of. You know, the changes that got to be made that aren't from the 1990s or 1980s are like nobody wants donations. So you got to use donations in certain ways and make them much more successful, and that's what we can help with. Now, here's the next thing. Okay, you know I was a state trooper for 20 years, right? with Stetson, Sergeant Wooden, Maryland State Police, put your hands on the car. Okay? So, long story short, the bad part of this is this. I used to say on I-95, on the major highway that goes up and down the East Coast on I-95, if there's a fatal accident that occurs on the southbound side of I-95, and there's a big median, a big grass strip, that from the southbound side to the northbound side, if there's a fatal accident, there's bodies laying all over the place, why does the northbound, when it's on the southbound side, why does the northbound side back up? Why does it come to a halt? Because everybody's gawking. Everybody wants to look over and see it. And what do they want to see? They want to say, oh, it's so terrible. That's so terrible that happened. Those people, those poor people. But my life is great. Thank God I wasn't involved in that accident. Right? That's what's happened. It makes them feel better about their life. Now, here's the bad part about success. This is when we're involved in your event. I know for a fact, when I say I'm committed, if I commit to you, to your event, I'm in, 100%. It's going to be successful. Then it's up to the client to follow the directions that we give. But the problem is this. There are going to be people outside of your event, especially the first time, outside of your event, who do not want to see it successful. They don't want to see it successful. Negative people. Negativity. You're going to be bombarded with negativity on a daily basis. People saying, you're doing this, and I don't agree with that. But the reality is because they don't want to see you successful. And let me give you another for instance. When I started this business, there was a lot of people that didn't want to see me be successful. Listen. So in order to find success, you need to clear out the negativity, block them out. Somebody's negative, cut them, man. Prune the dead wood. Get rid of it. Get rid of the negativity. Because those people will bring you down. Don't listen to the excuses. If somebody comes into a meeting, I'm telling you, if I walk into a meeting and I'm sitting there, and most of the time I'm listening to them and I'm thinking, do I want to really do this event? They think they're interviewing me, but I'm really interviewing them. If I hear any negativity, and my friends and my clients will tell you, I stop them dead in their tracks. I tell them, listen, if there's any negativity in this, I'm not going to do it. Because negativity will run you into the ground. Right? And it'll be a disaster. Seen it time and time again. Had to deal with it. Had to learn that the moment I see negativity, stop. I'm done. I'm out. So, in order to be successful, you got to make changes. You got to be positive. Positive changes. Make changes. Be different. Be exciting. Be fresh. Be new. Awesome venue. Great stuff. A good-looking guy auctioneer with a great haircut. You need to make these changes. You've got to do it. You've got to make these changes in order for you to be successful. All of our clients that you see these big events, like for instance from like the Blues Brothers Bash, Ohio, Blues Brothers Bash, Maryland, this one, that one, very successful. Very successful. Recently, the McMillan United Pipe Band, very successful in their first event. Now, guess what? We're doing another one. They just called me. I just met with them. They're the Braveheart Bash. They're getting ready. And then I just got a call from down in Texas. They want to do a Blues Brothers Bash in Texas. It's just positive changes. But, if anybody's negative, cut them off. Because they're just going to drive you down. I'm telling you. So, the question you have to ask yourself, do you truly want to be successful? Do you really? And are you willing to make the changes to be successful? If you'd like to learn more about the changes in order to hold a successful fundraising event, give me a shout. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you my cell phone. You call the office at 410-658-8808. I'm here all the time. Or sometimes when I'm not here and I'm out on the road going from meeting to meeting to charity to charity, it will forward it to my cell phone. But my cell phone is 443-206-6121. I'm George, the fundraising bald-headed guy. Call me. Call me directly, 443-206-6121. Check out our website. You know it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Everybody with me. www.bwunlimited.com. www.bwunlimited.com. I'll see you next time in the Funny Papers. I'm George, your fundraising nutcase. See you next time. Bye-bye.